Hello. Today, we will begin Module 4, Prompt Creation. In this video, we will cover Section 1, Prompt Engineering. You will learn to differentiate between prompts and outputs. You will also be introduced to the idea of prompt crafting. Prompts are the instructions or queries you can input to generative AI models. They provide context and guidance to the AI to generate relevant content. For research purposes, prompts can be questions, statements, requests, or topics, or a combination of any and all of them. Outputs are the AI-generated responses based on the given prompts. The quality and relevance of outputs depend heavily on the clarity and specificity of the prompts. Crafting effective prompts assists in guiding an AI model's output and provides you with meaningful and useful results. The relationship between prompts and outputs is crucial. While the quality of responses is based in part on underlying algorithms and training data, creating clear and detailed prompts is also vital for boosting the value of generative AI outputs. A well-designed prompt leads to more accurate and useful outputs. Poorly structured or ambiguous prompts can result in irrelevant or incoherent outputs. Prompt engineering or prompt crafting is the process of constructing prompts. The goal of the process is to elicit the most precise, coherent, and pertinent responses. Placing key details or instructions first can help prioritize the AI's focus. The order of information in a prompt can influence the AI's output. Only after you enter the key details do you provide context and/or background information or commands to ignore specific elements. For example, consider the two prompts: explain gross domestic product, focusing on consumer spending, versus focusing on the role of consumer spending, explain gross domestic product. Which one do you think will give you the most focused output? The level of detail and specificity in a prompt affect the output. More detailed prompts tend to yield more specific and targeted outputs. For example, look at the prompts: describe net farm income versus describe the role of commodity prices, input costs, and government subsidies in net farm income. Which one is more likely to give you a specific output? However, in the interests of clarity, you should avoid long sentences with multiple subpoints. Craft short sentences that are easy to understand. Ask specific questions that explain the context of the question. The phrasing of a prompt can impact the style and tone of the output. Using keywords like summarize, analyze, or argue can elicit different types of responses. For example, explain the pros and cons of digitized document management in the construction industry versus persuasively make a case for the adoption of a paperless centralized data system in the construction industry. In this instance, one prompt will elicit an informational summary of the topic, while the other will advocate for a position. Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, characterized prompt engineering as an amazingly high-leveraged skill. The World Economic Forum pronounced that prompt engineering was going to be the #1 job of the future. That prediction may be true, although there are a few signs that further advances in AI intuitiveness may render the need for elaborate and complex prompts obsolete. Some have instead advocated for problem formulation, which we'll discuss in the next module. Whatever the future holds, you can benefit now by learning to leverage your prompts to get the best and most ethical outputs possible. Next time. In the next video, we'll finish this section by showing you how to craft effective prompts. Until then, thank you for your time. If you want to learn more about the subjects we have discussed, here are the sources used for this section.